everyone, it's Zuzka the Craftsy Penguin. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome into my bedroom actually, because this is now where I store most of my yarn stash. I had to bring one box from another place in the flat, but otherwise everything is now consolidated into these boxes. And today I want to show you what is in my stash, what are the plans for the yarn that you're gonna see, and what's remaining from the years before. I did my stash busting results in the last video that you've seen probably, and I promised you a small tour of the stash and the plans overview. The plans are of course always changing, and what's in there right now may change in a month, in a year, whenever. So you have also seen my works in progress, and those are not gonna be included in this video. Here are just the yarns that are not being in use right now. So first, the box that I have here beside me is quite a huge one, but it's not full. And part of it is occupied by an old bed sheet actually, because I used that as the bag for the polyfill in the large cats. So that's extra. So this is what the box looks like. There's a lot of chenille yarn still. There are still full balls of yarn like these, and some of these were for loaf cats that someone said they would order, then they didn't, and then someone else asked about those, so I might be doing some ginger cats and all of that when I get to it. And right now I have a commission for a black and white loaf cat, which is going to be again memory of a cat that passed away recently. So there is gonna be a black and white tuxedo kind of kitty in the making. I still have some of this pink chenille yarn, which is great for the noses of the cats, but it's kinda not as high quality as the others, so only good for the details. There is the glow-in-the-dark chenille yarn, which the other one, the white one, is with the long cat, because the long cat is going to have an embroidery in that. I still have some of the Alize Vellutos. These are, the others are Himalaya Dolphin Baby yarns, and these are Alize Vellutos, which are also higher quality than these. So after I'm finished with the Himalayas, I'm probably only gonna use Alize Vellutos for the next, plushies and amigurumi animals, because this one keeps the quality. They have less colors, less colorways in this one, but it's more pleasant to work with, and it's also slightly bigger, makes bigger plushies. And then I still have some remainders of the super big, how was it called? Dolce Maxi, Yarn Art Dolce Maxi, I believe. So this is what the huge loaf cats were made out of, and I still have some remainders, but they're not enough for a whole cat. So we'll see what that's gonna be used in. I don't really have much plans for this. I only know about the tuxedo cat that I'm going to make, and then we'll see probably some random kitties and maybe some other animals. This one was a bit dusty, excuse me. Alright, after that we have these two boxes, which formerly held the yarn are jeans or Gina yarns or that kind of yarns, but there was a change because I used up a bit of those and I was able to consolidate them, although very tightly, into this one box. So you can see there's a layer of the cool colored ones, cool toned ones, and then under those are the warmer ones. You may be able to, how can I angle it? You may be able to see those, or from the sides, you know, and from the bottom you can see those. I'm not gonna take everything out here, but this is the kind of yarn that is in there. Pretty thin, pretty sturdy, you know, not really amazing for garments, but great for toys and small figures and all of that. Some of these are the softer yarns. There are some that are not the jeans ones, but mostly for, you know, figurines, small toys and bags. These are also great for the mesh bags. So no actual plans in here, no great plans for, you know, a set of toys or anything, but I'm keeping these in mind for bags and for other stuff, maybe even some tutorials if I'm able to get to those. So this is this box, and yeah, it's really really almost bursting. But the other box that also held the jeans yarns is full of those old bags of yarn that I used to have in the living room in different set of drawers, and I was able to put it into this box and consolidate the stuff. So you've already seen those, and those are, you know, old remainders from my mom's stash and all of that. So little small than one ball of yarn remainders, some black yarn and some pink ones, and there's also some old thread that I'm considering donating, giving away, maybe offering to some reuse groups on Facebook, all of that. So this is a bit of a no plans box as well, but it's still in the same, you know, company that it used to be, and it fits pretty nicely into the box. So I'm quite happy with the state of this, except for the lid of the box being broken because at some point it fell to the ground, and at another point it got attacked by the kiddos, I believe. So I need another lid for this box probably. Yeah, it's trying to stay open. Now, the 4 boxes behind me are the, well, there are 5, but four cubbies in this cupboard. So those are the main stash, I'd say. This is the box for the yarn cakes that you already know, and it looks quite full, but it's not as full as it used to be. There is actually one tier less from it. It used to be, you know, 6, I'll show you like this. It used to be 6 yarn cakes like this in 3 layers, and there are 2 now. And yes, I've taken something out. It was the small yarn cake that still is planned to become mandala hanging for a wall, and there are remainders from yarn cakes that I've used in the previous years, and I have a vague plan for this. I wanted to try some weaving with this, but I'm not sure how it's gonna combine. I'm still holding onto these in case I need, you know, to add some of this yarn to another yarn cake project. But yeah, we'll see about that. But they're all together and contained in this little bag. And otherwise, this is almost all just the yarn cakes. I can see there is the one ball of the glow-in-the-dark yarn, which I yet need to try. I need to figure out a small, you know, object, a toy or something that I want to try this glow-in-the-dark yarn in. But otherwise, yeah, yarn cakes. So you can see in this layer there are the 4 surprise ones from the mystery box from Wilna Happy Yarns, and 2 of those that I already had before that. I still have a plan of making a hat out of this, but I'm not sure. I might change the plans for a shawl that I'm going to give to someone, because those are not really the colors that I would enjoy necessarily. But yeah, we'll see about that. And no plans for this one yet. Also, no plans for the mystery box ones. I am still really not sure about this one. I will probably try to gift it to someone. This one I really like. This one is really nice for a darker shawl, something. I want to ask my friend Meshi about this one, because this really, those are her colors, sort of. There's a touch of pink in it, but otherwise she might like it, we'll see. And yeah, this one is my colors, but I don't have a plan for that yet. And this is the bottom layer of the yarn cakes, and there is the great, this is, all the other ones are 1000 meters. This is the only one that is 1500 meters. Yeah, it's from the Colorful Made shop, and this one was called Savannah, I believe. Yeah, Savannah. And I'm looking probably at a skirt with this one. And all the other ones are probably gonna turn into shawls at some point. I'm not exactly super fond about these 2, and I was considering swapping them or gifting them to someone, or again using them for weaving. And it would be interesting to see the gradient in the weaving, on the weaving loom in the fabric. So we'll see about that plan, if I am gonna follow through with that or not. But yeah, I'm quite fond of this one. It's another Colorful Made shop, and it has the label burst on it, but it's the Lavender Field one, and it sort of reminds me of the Rika one, which I use for the Darjeeling shawl, because it also has this pale yellow center, which is quite interesting, then going into purple. So I'll see about that, but there is probably also a shawl in this one. So I have some nicely smelling soap in there to keep the yarn cakes fresh and safe. But yeah, so this is one layer in the box, and we're gonna make the other one. Yeah, so this is the other layer. So that's 12 yarn cakes, and the small one, the glow-in-the-dark yarn, and the remainders. That's all that is in this box. Whoop. Now, these 2 boxes, as you might know if you were here for the previous stash reviews, are my Elisabella and other cotton yarns, which are still as they almost were before. So nicely packed, nicely packed like this, in color coordinating, you know, sets, in bags, mostly. And I had this thought to make, you know, baby dresses out of these for my friends, but the issue is most of my friends have boys as babies, and now there's one little girl in our friend group, so maybe she'll get a dress, we'll see. For now I haven't discussed it with the mom, but I changed the plans a bit for these, and I'm considering making this, how is it called? Lost in Time shawl. I will try to find the right name and put it on the screen. But it is a really nice shawl that needs some color variation in it, color changes and all of that, and it might be interesting in the gradient yarns. So of course I'm thinking maybe, you know, this set with the rainbow gradient yarn and the pink and turquoise, or maybe the blue and green gradient, something combined with that. So we'll see. For the whole show I'll need like 7 of the balls of yarn, so that's quite a lot. So that could eat into this part of the stash. This box has the more warm tones, although there are also cool ones. There are the green ones with the brown, because they quite fit the gradient yarn in there. And there is a bag of, again, the glow-in-the-dark yarns, so I should probably add that one from the yarn cake box into here, but there is not really space for it for now. There are some old all the remainders of cotton yarn, and excuse my vocal cords, they just refuse to cooperate lately. I'm not sick, I don't have a sore throat, but my voice just doesn't work. Sorry. I guess I will just talk like this now. There is a remainder of sheepiest yarn, and there are some of the Camilla yarns, which is a nice matching set, you know, that I used for the rainbow t-shirt, for the hem of it, and I still have quite a lot of that, so I will see what I'm going to use this for. Again, it calls for a mesh bag, which the Alizabellas are not really as great for, but these, the mercerized cotton, is amazing for the mesh bags. So maybe some colorful mesh bags in the future. Those are sort of my summer projects. It somehow feels like, you know, you should make the mesh bags in summer, which sounds weird coming from me, because a lot of people say that friendship bracelets are like the summer activity, summer project, because they have it tied to their summer camps where they probably learned about those. But I say that friendship bracelets are for all seasons, and now I'm saying that mesh bags are for summer. I don't know. it just feels like that. So those are the cotton yarns, basically. I still have some in the other boxes, and I will show you, but most of them live in here, and I really like these clear boxes for those. But I also love this rainbow, as I say, unicorn vomit boxes that I have for the other yarns. And in this one, I have to preface this with saying that those were sorted into mostly 2 categories of solid color ones and gradient ones, or, you know, multicolored ones. But that didn't work after all, because I used up quite a lot of the gradient ones and have quite a lot of the solid color ones, so they got sort of mixed up in the end, and there are also other supplies in here, so we'll see just what are in these boxes. They are mostly acrylic yarns, so you've seen pretty recently the super soft Himalaya yarns for Maddie's mittens, so those live here and they're gonna get used really soon for a cowl. I also placed the Pima Cotton skeins of yarn for dyeing, for yarn dyeing in here, because, well, it should be stored somewhere, and of course it should be with the yarn, although it is for a different kind of project, but there is plan for this. You've also seen in the last video the yarn left after Alexka's mittens, so this is the puzzle yarn rewound into this nice cake. There's quite a lot of it still, so maybe for a hat or something. There is a bit of stuffing for the amigurumi toys. There is still this nice blue yarn cake from the cheap cake shop we have around here, which is getting sorta messy, and I still don't know what to do with it because there is not really that much yarn in it. There is just 250 meters, if I'm remembering correctly. Where is it? Oh, no. It's 200 grams and it's 512 meters, so that's not that bad. I originally thought I would make myself a bolero out of this, but that's not really enough for a bolero, I think. But maybe just a simple, shawl or something might work. So we'll see if I get to that. Also, I have this yarn cake of Vlna Hep Nevada Color, which I had for the longest time. It's really pretty and I'm still not sure what to make with this. It might make it might be just enough for a hat. It looks like it's quite a big one, but there is 150 grams, 375 meters. Well, yeah, that might be just a divine hat or something, because that eats up about that amount of yarn. Or maybe 2 hats, if I manage to do that, or a hat and a small scarf or something. We'll see. I should really get to using that. There is also my bag of safety eyes for the toys, and there are some remainders of stuff which I haven't touched because I don't have the matching yarn. There are really small remainders of the waltz yarn, and there is quite a nice remainder of the Ferris wheel, which again might work for a small hat or a shawlette or a little tiny scarf. So we'll see about this. It's a really pretty colorway. It was the carousel, vintage carousel one, but yeah, I need to use up these ones because they are so pretty. I should really concentrate on these. I can't say I forgot about those, but I sort of concentrated on another stuff and I should use up these. Also, I should somehow use up the remainders of the Red Heart Stripes ones, but they're not enough for another colorful hat, and I'm not really sure what to do with those. Also, there is this one, which I said that I will use for another scarf for my kiddos, because Marek has scarf made out of this. Trouble is, he never wanted to use it this winter. He used to use it the winter before and the winter before that, but this winter he never even touched this. I think he tried to take it once and then he decided for something else. So I need to ask Dan if he even wants it. I had this thought of learning to knit and maybe trying to do it with this because it might be easier with thicker yarn, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if I should make another scarf for the kiddos or just use this as a training yarn or whatever, but I need to use this one. I need to find a use for the remainders of the red heart or just get myself another skein, but we are now saturated with colorful colorful hats, so not really sure. Now here are some other cotton yarns which couldn't fit into those boxes, and they are the big balls of Alizabela batik. So I still have 3 of these, which is more than enough for a t-shirt, a top for summer, you know, or something like that. And I really love the colors. They are just, these are my favorites. It's just amazing. I love these. And I also have 1 ball of the blue and green one, which is, it is so pretty. It's so pretty. This needs a combination with something, and I need to find myself a pattern for this one because I would so love to have a t-shirt, a top, a summer something for, you know, with these colors. So those are there as well, and there is 1 remaining ball of this Bella batik, which I used for Mom's diagonal summer top, and then small remainder of the ice cream yarn, which I made the divine hat for Ginny out of, and again I have nothing to combine it with. And then I have this again cheap yarn from Kik that is, although it doesn't look so, this is the same yarn, a gradient yarn, and you can probably see the colors in here a bit, and a matching pink one. And I again need to find a project for these. No plan so far for these ones, so we'll see about those. I'll try to put it sorta organized back in, put it in an organized sort of way, but they are trying to fall in the bottom of the box. Okay, now it's working, and I should sort of keep the multicolor part and solid color part, you know, separated, but as you have seen there are less of the multicolored ones, or so I think. We'll see in the other box how that one's looking, but yeah, multicolors. I will put the eyes in here and the stuffing. Excuse the rustling, please. And the Pima, we'll see about these ones. I will keep them on the top because I need to use those for the cowl. But yeah, that fits pretty nicely. That fits pretty nicely, but I shouldn't forget about the multicolors that are under those. Okay, now I'll have to stop this and restart this. Yeah. Okay, I had to restart the filming because it stops after half an hour. So yeah, but we have 1 box left, which is cool, and that's this one, which it was supposed to, and I think still does, hold just the solid color balls of yarn. So there is plastics, sorry. On top we have bag, quite a big one, of the Katya yarn, which I'm making the blue cardigan with, and I can already see that I'm not gonna use up all of these for the cardigan. There is so much of this. I didn't really realize how many meters of yarn there are. This is cotton microacryl mix, and there is, I believe, 50 grams in, where are the measurements? Ooh. Oh, no, I thought these are 50-gram balls of yarn. They're 100 grams. So there's a lot, and part of it is going into the blue cardigan, but part of it is gonna be a remainder again, and no further plan for that, so we'll see. Also, quite a big bag of this olive green cotton yarn, mercerized cotton, and I said I'm gonna make my mum a top out of this, and I still haven't found the right pattern for this, so we'll see. I'll consult mum about it, and we'll hopefully find a pattern for her. But yeah, here is the look inside the box. It's kind of messy, but you can see the remainders of the neon colored Himalayas in there, and most of these are now you know, Himalaya yarns and other acrylics. There are remainders of the Ellen Baby. This is a super soft, the bag is broken, super soft yarn which I made the Pokemon hats out of, and those didn't really work out. Those were too small for the kiddos, so I'm not sure I'm gonna make those again, but remainders, you know, so we'll see how those are gonna get used. I'm also considering, you know, starting some big remainders using stash busting project of a blanket or something, but all those colors that I have don't really all match together, so we'll see about that. We have some Himalaya Everydays. This one was bought maybe as part for Mom's cardigan, and then we decided for the brown and the pink one, and not this one, so that's a remainder, but well, it's not a remainder, it's a whole ball of yarn, but this color and this yarn is amazing for hats, so probably a hat in the future. Same with these ones, they even kind of match together. Maybe a mosaic hat might be nice out of this, but that's not gonna use the whole ball of yarn. Now, same kind of yarn, but neon colors. I have quite a lot of remaining yarn from the neon colored dino hoods that I made for my kiddos. Smallest one is the yellow one. And yeah, so I already made myself a hat in combination of these two, as you have seen previously, and I still have quite a lot, so ideas for neon stuff. So yeah, it screams, you know, 90s sweater or something, but that's not enough for a sweater, and I wouldn't really wear that, although I like bright colors, but not really like this. Yeah, well, then this is also, although it is rewound into a cake, it is also Himalaya Everyday, so that's the petrol color. And what do we have? Red Kartopu, which is really soft. It's really soft and amazing, but again, no plans for that. Although I should probably still use the time where the younger of my kiddos loves red color, because firemen, firefighters. So it's the color of the firefighters and he loves it. So maybe something for him. Then still a big stack of Vlnap Batole yarn, the white one, which works for, you know, combination with other stuff, which is also here, the other stuff, the same thickness of yarn. Those are the Kaya, Aya and the Maya yarns in these really pretty colors, and they work really well for baby blankets. Trouble is, no one asked me for a baby blanket, so yeah, this one as well, really pretty color, kind of coarser yarn, and I don't really know what this one is. I rewound it into a cake, and I again need to find a use for this pile of different purples. This is not Battle, I believe. This was Lada Luxus. Lada Luxus from Vona. I have the label inside the cake. So yeah, lots of purples, and oh, there's one more different purple. This is a remainder of the Lisa Premium from Grindel from the Aris sweater that I made, and it wouldn't be enough for the long sleeve, unfortunately. And yeah, another one of the super thick yarns. Still have this one. It might work for a headband, I think, so there's probably a headband in the making. And then there are just tiny small remainders of Ellen Baby yarns, and this was the Himalaya Big, I think. So I have no, combination for those to use them with. But yeah, no, there is a pile of acrylic yarns that I need to put back in, but I can already see that there is quite a lot of yarn that still, sits in my stash after 2 years, and I should probably think of a project to use them for, or if I'm not able to do that, I should consider giving those away, donating them, swapping them with someone. Not sure. I'm not really sure what the future brings in this area. But if you have ideas for me for these kinds of yarns, maybe leave them in the comments of the video. This is how the bottom of the box looks like now, all the purples in there, and I should really try to put it in there in a tidy-ish manner so that it doesn't get as messy as it had done before. But yeah, no idea. Do you have any ideas for the neon ones? I'd love to hear those, honestly, because I really like them for the kiddos. They're amazing for, visibility, especially in the cold and dark months of winter. But I don't really have stuff that would go well with those, except, white and black, and well, I'm not really sure. Don't have any great ideas for those. So this is another, oops, goodbye pink. This is another layer in the box, and yeah, that's not as tidy as I wanted it, but all those balls of yarn are not, full balls of yarn, so they're kind of squishy, and so they don't hold the shape as well. So I should probably make the Katya as the last layer on top. Yep, and we can see that the box is not, overflowing, so some yarn has disappeared, but as we have seen with the numbers, it was not a lot, and I should work on diminishing the stash even more. I'm looking forward to using the chenille yarns and getting this into a smaller box probably. It is already, as you have seen, like half the big box, but I don't really have boxes that would fit into here and would fit the chenille yarns, so I should use some up. And again, if you can think of summer top patterns, sweater patterns or cardigan patterns, maybe a blanket tip if you have one for me. I'm not really sure. I would like to make, granny square kind of blanket. Don't know. So if you have tips for me, leave them in the comments below the video. Please leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, because I can see in the numbers most of you are not subscribed, and I can already see that my camera battery is dying, so I will bid you goodbye for now. Have a great time, enjoy crafting, enjoy creating, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye.